Okie dokie.
Is it dark in here to you?
It does look dark. I can put, the light ain't all the way up. That better?
Okay.
Or do you want this?
Nah, I mean, you can put it up there if you want to.
I don't see the plug to it no way, so I'm not about to worry about it. Okay. Yay. And we're here.
And we're here.
Okay, good. What are you going to talk about?
So, I'm trying to wait for a few more people to tap in. But we're going to talk about next step, new announcement, all that good stuff. Jackie Strong out here. As you know, on this journey, babe has definitely been been diagnosed with cancer, breast cancer. She has been through surgery and some minor setbacks, but for major setups to come out this thing great. So that's what we're gonna talk about tonight, man. Just real quick. Just she has some news. And we just gonna kind of drop off, or not drop off, but just kind of get to that, man. We want to say thank you for everybody that's definitely been in support, brought us dinner, a brownie, a dollar, or sent stuff for some ice cream or whatever, man. We are truly grateful for those people that did so. And if some that weren't able to and wanted to, we appreciate you and thank you too. You know, one thing I do know that we are not like selfish or money hungry people, or, you know, any attention seeking or anything like that. But we just wanted to be able to share this platform with people that may be struggling, you know, with those decisions, and you know, share both sides, because there are both sides to any kind of diagnosis, especially breast cancer or any kind of form of cancer. You know, you have the person dealing with whatever they're dealing with, and then you have the person that is supporting them in that matter. You know, they have to deal with so many different avenues, just as well as the person that has the diagnosis. So with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to the boss lady. And we just gonna kind of rock out from there. You know, I may chime in here and there, but she's gonna be the main one, just kind of giving you guys an update on her situation and all that great stuff. So, Lady Jones, take it away.
Update. I don't even know where we last left off, really. I guess the last thing that I'm assuming we left off with was if I was going to need chemo or not. And I am proud to say that I do not need chemo, and I did not have to go through radiation.
Yes.
So, so we didn't have to endure that part of the process, and so that was a big blessing. Super scary waiting to kind of hear the news and stuff, try to figure out what was going on, because insurance, of course, was going through whatever they were sending us through to make it wait longer than what it needed to wait and stuff like that. But once it came through and we got to the doctors, what was weird is when we went to the doctors, we always went to this certain room. They always sent us to the same room. It was always
crazy.
The same room. We got the same room. And this time they sent us to a room down the hall. And then when we get to the room down the hall, I know the appointment's only to know if I'm going to need, well, I'm assuming the appointment only is to know if I'm going to need chemo or not. And so we get to this room and it looks totally different. And the person told me to take off my top and stuff. And I'm like, and all I could think then is of women that I've seen that had like ports put in or something like that, so they can get like treatments or whatever through the thing. So I'm like, well, and I kind of was looking at the table, and the table had like all of this stuff on there. So I was like, well, you know, that kind of answers that question. And anyways, so the guy comes in and he kind of tells his bit, and then the oncologist comes in and she basically re-explains what he explains and says that with my numbers and the type of cancer I had and the possibility of reoccurrence and stuff like that, that it's very low. And all I need to do is just take this estrogen blockers for 9 years and that's it. And I kind of was like, that's it?
Well, yeah.
I'm like, that's like, so that's it. And they were like, yeah, like that's it. And so then I go through just kind of now I go through thinking like after this whole 90-day, because it started in May, June, July, August, it's about to be September. So 90-day process, we went through such an emotional roller coaster, and then for it just to abruptly like just stop. And it was like, so like what do I do now? Almost like when I went and got my tape and stuff taken off of my after I had my surgery done and they released and they took it all off, and then he was just like, okay, you're done. And I was just like, with what? Like that's it? And he's like, yeah. And so that's just kind of the same thing that she kind of did. She dropped the ball and was like, take your pills every day. That's it. And it was just like we kind of sat in there and we were excited, but I think I was kind of just letting it simmer. I didn't like woohoo, I didn't do that. I was more like letting it simmer. I'll say like that. On the car ride, letting it simmer. We kind of listened to, we listened to some some worship music on the way heading home. And then I kind of asked, I was like, can you just take me to the lake? Like I really wanted to thank God on my own, in just me and him alone, before I felt like I could, release my true emotions and stuff and gratefulness out, even in front of Anthony. And so he took me to Longview Lake, and I walked down on the, I was about to say the pier, the dock. Yeah, walked down kind of on the dock and just kind of had my moment by myself and conversation with the Lord by myself and thanking him and trying to understand like just everything, just out there, just trying to understand like what just happened and where do I go from here and what's, just all of these still emotions that was going on with me when I was out there by myself that I really needed that alone time. And so I sat out there and I by the water and I just let the tears flow, and I just was in my own world, just me and the Lord at that moment. And I needed that because I haven't had much alone time with myself. And so to get that news, it was just like, okay, like I was able to literally, I was able to push my shoulders down some. Like they was always kind of like up here. So I was like, I finally got to like relax, So that's what I was able to do after we found that information out. But there was another thing. So nobody knew, like there was another issue that I had been dealing with prior to, even before, which kind of initiated everything, in all honesty, initiated my very first mammogram. So with my very first mammogram, I was having issues with my side. And so that's what prompted me to, with my side over here, which prompted me to go to the doctors, which prompted my first mammogram, and then just prompted me for my second one, because you go every year. And so I never really got any answers on that, on what was going on, because in the mix of that, I found the breast cancer, and we kind of attacked that first. And after it was when I went to my oncologist, I kind of told her, like, I said, I wasn't even worried about getting chemo. Like I said, what I'm really worried about is what's going on with my side. I said, I never got any answers to it, and the insurance wouldn't approve the CAT scan and stuff like that. So she was like, okay, I'll get it taken care of, basically is what she said. And within days, I was scheduled to have the CAT scan done, and thank God, again, it came back clear, no cancer in my lungs. So in my chest wall area, so whatever is happening over here, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm healed in Jesus' name, amen, leave it alone. Leave it alone. So that was that other thing. That was like really, in all honesty, if anything was my biggest concern, like I must admit, like off of everything, like I was worried about that. Like, what is this that's occurring on my side? Let me see, anything else?
Not really. I mean, well, I know, I don't know if you heard this, but there was a point where they also said like fluid was building up in your chest and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if that was a big concern.
Oh, what
for
they,
you.
yeah, it wasn't a big, like you're talking about during the CAT scan. So
Yeah.
yeah, so what they seen, they said they just seen some fluid in my chest that they'll talk. Matter of fact, I haven't heard from the doctor about that, but some fluid in my chest wall or something like that. But they kind of shrugged it off as if it was nothing. And so I'll reach back out to them in my chart and kind of see what they have to say about it. But
Yeah.
that was all I was worried about is I didn't hear cancer. Like,
Right.
you know. So fluid, I can deal with that.
So she ain't really said it, but y'all, she is cancer free. She is right. Am I lying?
Yeah, I'm literally
Okay.
just in a treatment.
She just in the
I'm just gonna
treatment
be getting
phase.
treated.
Yeah.
Treated preventative.
Preventative. You're right.
Yeah. So what they do is the type of cancer that I had was
Keisha?
something that started by estrogen induced thing. And so what they have to do is give me something that blocks that estrogen from overproducing or something like that. And I have to take that estrogen blocker every year. To answer everybody's questions, from what they say, it's not something that sends you through menopause early. It's literally, yeah. It's literally just a pill to block the estrogen. Some of the symptoms make women, she said, make women believe that they're going through menopause, but it's not sending you through menopause. So there we are on that. I pray over that medicine. I pray over that. Yeah, I pray over that medicine. Everybody I take it, like let none of those symptoms touch me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. One of the biggest things, and one of the things that I definitely kind of took out of this, man, and I would like to share, you know, just kind of on the supporter side and just to be informative, man. Like, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, especially I'm gonna speak to the men first, man. Get your body checked out. If you feeling some kind of way, don't be prideful. Oh man, I'm gonna just tough this out. I'm gonna just, like, sometimes, man, the pride in that situation will hurt us bad. So if you feeling some kind of way, man, go get that junk checked out. I'm going to the doctor next week. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not about to play with nothing. You know, I ain't, you know, so make sure you're paying attention to your body just as much as the ladies. If you got a pain somewhere, a weird spot, normal spot, go get it checked out, because I just know for sure that if she wouldn't have done that and paid attention to her body, as we said before in previous videos, is that she could have just been like, it's nothing. It's contributed to, you know, my cycle, and I'm not gonna worry about it. But she paid attention and was very in tune with her body. So that's how she was able to catch it, you know, at a stage to where it wasn't detrimental to her and or her life tenure, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's just say life tenure, because it was detrimental.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, it was detrimental, but it would, yeah. So please pay attention to your body, man. Do not, fellas, forget the tough guy routine. Forget all that, man. Go get checked out. Go get your body looked at, man. Whether it's your prostate, whether it's your headaches, whether it's your knee bake, whatever. Go get checked, man, because it's very, very, very important. I'm learning a lesson from her, like, you know, in listening and paying attention. Like, I'm always talking about maybe some aches and pains. I'll be all right, pop a pill, and I'm good. But now I'm my fingernail gonna be hurt. I'm going to get that checked out. I don't care. Take me to the ER or whatever. That's what insurance is for. But so that's one of the main things I just want to say. Just please take care and not take care, but pay attention to your body and what it's doing and what it's telling you. And I'll turn it back over to her after this. But also the people that I would say the supporter, please be understanding. Please be patient, comforting in the process of when people are going through their diagnosis, their surgery, the treatment process, whatever. You have to be patient. You have to be loving. You have to be caring for that person, because if not, it can ruin a lot of stuff. It can ruin the relationship, and it can put them in a state of worry, panic, and now their treatment is going a different way, or their mindset is going a different way because you're not really in tune and or paying attention. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some times I wanted to give her the people's elbow, but I mean, I love her, and I had to mentally like change my mind when it came to certain things. I tried to sleep on the couch with her. That wasn't gonna work for me. I tried, but we slept separately. It was a weird spot for both of us. But yeah, man. She's great. I'm glad she's gonna be here for a long time. I thank God for this process. I thank God, for her. One thing I was nervous about, and I'm gonna let her go into detail about this, but the medicine that she's taking, when we first got that joker, boy, that mug said hazardous on the bag. And I'm gonna let her go into that, but I ain't gonna lie, I kind of freaked out. I was like, when you see hazardous things, that don't mean you can swallow it.
Yeah, I ain't never
you know what I'm
saying?
saying? Like it was that in itself kind of, I really hadn't shared that with her. Like, I got nervous, but I didn't want her to freak out because she saw the same thing. But I'm like, hazardous? What the heck? And we talked about it in the car, but I ain't gonna lie, that whole time I was like, what is this mess? So anyway, go ahead, babe. I'll let you talk about that part.
Well, you kind of said everything. Like, it was just shocking to see that it said hazardous on the bag. I've never seen a prescription that said hazardous, but we had a few pharmacy texts that we know that actually said like cancer medicines are sent like that. So, and friends on Facebook and stuff that responded and said that medicine's sent like that. So I was like, oh, okay. But it was surprising. One thing that you brought up was something about support, and then the way that you do support, and like your emotions or something like that. And so I remember there was times where you would say that you was worried, and I said, don't do that, because don't be on the super worried end if I'm not worried. If I ain't tripping about it, I don't need you to be tripping. We're not say that. Dang it, you've said it.
I'm talking about.
Listen.
No.
You're talking about in this conversation we just had.
Yeah, I said no. Let me tell you something. First off, I never showed you or told you I was worried in those moments.
Yes,
no,
you did, babe.
no.
Yes, you did.
No, I would never do that.
Babe,
knowing the state.
Listen, yes,
no,
you did.
No.
Why would I lie?
Because you a liar. Can we talk about it? But go ahead.
Anyways, yes, he would tell me, babe, I was.
But go ahead.
He would tell me, like, babe, I was worried about whatever, and I'm like, don't worry.
Yeah, that was like after the fact. I never told you when you was dealing with it. Like I said I was worried. Yes. No, I didn't.
Yes,
She's lying on me, y'all.
Why would I lie?
She lying on me.
Why would I lie?
Don't interrupt her. Nah, man, she lying on me. I gotta interrupt. But go ahead, man.
Anyway, I would tell you, like, I don't need you to worry about this situation if I'm not worried about this situation. If it's not bothering me, I don't need you to basically go into worry mode.
I swear, baby. I'm sorry. I'm not a worrier. I'm not like a worrier like that. I don't worry like that, especially in.
Yes, you do, baby.
No, I don't. Don't argue in front of people.
Oh, this is a true learn, love, and respect video. Look, Jones, what they say.
Taisha, I know, man.
We are, because he about to get it.
Nah, no, we ain't.
Yes,
we gonna
yes,
deal
he
with
is.
it on
He about to
camera.
get it because he playing with me.
Nah. She good now. Now I can be like, nah.
Playing with me.
No, dude.
Babe.
I'm not a worrier, so I don't know where that came from.
You are not a worrier?
Are you serious right now?
I cannot believe you.
You, boy, you ain't never seen me.
You
ain't never seen me panicking or worrying about nothing ever. Now I may tell you after the fact, but I was not panicking in front of you or worried at all. I prayed and I let it ride and dealt with you accordingly, ma'am.
Okay.
I know.
No, okay. I'm just done arguing back and forth with you.
Nah,
because
I'm right.
About what?
Everything.
We gonna fight after this. That's what's about to happen. Look at somebody say, "Oh Lord, stay focused."
Taisha, she do me bad, man. I'm telling you.
Stay focused.
Her memory is terrible.
No, it's not when not when it involves juice. It's not.
Yeah.
If it's juicy, I remember everything.
She right about that.
Yeah. So this is juicy. I remember.
But she ain't gonna remember that. But go ahead, finish your little story, homie. Finish your little story. Yeah, finish your little story.
I was gonna say, look, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Pray over this medicine that I take every day. My husband be worried.
No,
he come back to me talk about, oh, I was so worried.
Of course.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Look.
After the fact. So
you
you ain't never seen. You just said
you
it.
don't listen.
You hear what she just said? That was not Freudian slippage, people.
You think that you must think that I don't know when you worry.
No, you don't. You act like you know me or something. You don't know me like that, homie.
I've known you for a long time.
So I don't care. She had some Freudian slippage, y'all, but it's okay.
No, Jones, it's because you are crazy. You think I don't know when you
Girl,
worry.
I ain't crazy. Don't tell the people I'm crazy now. Don't do that because I ain't nowhere near crazy. Man, just go on with your little story, man.
My story ain't little. My story big.
Well, go on with your little big story. Shoot. Bless America. So let me tell y'all something. Nah, forget that. So she been waiting to bust out this little feistiness. Now she want to fuss at me. Now that I rubbed her feet, gave her a bath, wiped her tail. Now she want to. Now she want.
Now that it's all over.
That's all over. See how she treat the support person? This is what the support person gets.
You are a great support person. Everybody, listen. Everybody was a great support person. In all honesty, Mama came up here to Texas and been here for a whole month living here. So she's been a good support person. It's been people from our church. Oh my God!
Man.
Like all those people coming in and bringing us something. Like we didn't for the first 2 weeks. We didn't have to worry about cooking nothing. Like they was coming over bringing food, whatever we needed. We had the full support from our church family.
Yes.
My personal family had full support from them. Like it was just like. All worry and concern was diminished as much as possible. Yes. And so all we had to do was worry about the circumstance.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But anything outside of the circumstance, everybody had that handled and taken care of.
Sure.
And so I think that's when people see me able to bring out content and stuff on my social medias. It's because I was able to be comforted and then be able to still be myself and present the information in a way that was therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
And so with everybody freeing me up, I was able to figure out a way that made me sane enough to be able to still continue through the process and then show everybody, the process. You know what I'm saying? And even though people have came to me and have told me the way that I'm going through it or something is looks great or whatever. And I'm like, I promise this is what I tell people when people respond or on my social media posts, people that follow me. I'm like, my pleasure, my therapy. It's my pleasure because if it's helping you, great, because it's my therapy, because in all honesty, it's really therapeutic to me to laugh about situations, to laugh about everybody that came over here and I'm showing y'all what my breasts look like. Like, here you go. I know you came over here to see them anyway. So this is what they look like. Like all of these little things that I'm like, going through it, I'm like, I want to either find the educational part in it or the humor in it, so I can get it out there to people where they can be like, you know what, it's okay if it happened to, if you run into somebody that's been through or going through like a cancer diagnosis, like you like have somebody to look at or look through and be like, okay, I can maybe relax a little bit because it might not be as difficult as I assume that it's going to be, because instantly when you hear the word, you instantly go into, I'm going to die. It's nothing like you're like super hopeful in the beginning. You're instantly like, cancer, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
Margaret.
now that I can, reflect back on it, like through the process, I really was really thankful. I found myself, it was odd that I was always thanking God way more than I ever had. Like, thank you for this. Like, I had a lot of revelations, and I'm like, oh my God, like maybe I might not have been the most compassionate person, or I might not be, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of turned into like this whole different type of, I can't stand him, like this whole different type of person. And it's just been things that have been revealed to me that I was just like, you know what, like, thank you, Lord. Like I almost feel like I needed this little kick in the butt to look at life different spiritually and everything. And so it was definitely life changing. And I asked God, okay, now what? And it's been some things that kind of just been poking this little head through, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'll do whatever I'm supposed to do. It's all I can do. I'm gonna say whatever I'm supposed to say. I'm gonna present the way that I feel like presenting, and whatever, however, whomever and whatever it helps, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you your flowers too. I absolutely, unequivocally, unshakenly admired your strength throughout this whole process, because a lot of people could have folded mentally and physically. I admired your strength in the fact you didn't want to know what stage, you just wanted to tackle it and run with it.
Yeah.
That was when I first heard you utter those words, I admired that from the beginning, and I had a newfound level of respect and love for your strength in that moment. It was just like so beyond me. I was like, yo, that is wild. I would have never fathomed or thought that you would even want to do that in that moment. So just admiring your strength throughout that process, or shoot, the whole process is, yes, you was in pain. Yes, you had moments where you couldn't sleep. Yes, however, through it all, you were steadfast in that thing. And that was one of the amazing things, and how you continue to live out loud, and how you are networking with different people, that strangers, like people that don't even know you, do all those things so just admiring your strength, even not knowing the end game, you were still doing videos, you still had a smile on your face, but with a smile on your face, you were still vulnerable, right? And a lot of people, and it didn't, sometimes when people do that, it comes off fake, it's not genuine. But in that moment, you were able to be vulnerable with a smile on your face, still not knowing the end game, but you were still able to do it without coming off as phony. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to give you.
Thought about that.
Yeah,
I literally was just.
Yeah, I think about that stuff all the time. So I never admired it through the whole thing.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
This was the other support person about to walk in the camera right now. That's mother-in-law.
So yeah, I never thought of it like that until like I'm just now thinking about that stuff now, like, because like you said, like now I'm becoming a person where, like I spoke with a lady just the other day, and she reached out to me because she wanted to talk to me about a cancer issue. She's a breast cancer issue she's going through, and decision makings that she's going through. And old me would have, when we missed our connection, between each other, I probably wouldn't have called her back. But I was like, no, like either she didn't call me back because she was afraid to, or to, finish that conversation, or, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to reach back out to her. Like, is it now at a good time? You know what I'm saying? And we had a great conversation, and talking and being able to, common conversation between each other for like an hour. I was outside, but I just kind of make sure that I want to open myself up to help other people going through the situation, because people definitely opened themselves up to me. Like, thank you, Lonnie Bush. Like, a lot of people know who she is. Like, she sent me out her book, and she was checking in and messaging me and stuff. So like, it's just been a whole crazy 90 days, y'all. Like, we went through this whole process in 90 days, and a lot of fear and troubles, recovery, new breast. Like, we still learning these things. Like, it's just like a whole new world over here, and a whole new mindset. And I mean, I guess we all for it, because ain't nothing else we can do.
Yeah. I'm just excited for post journey, what that's going to look like, and
Yeah.
the avenues and doors that's going to be opened for you when it comes to this situation. I am working on something in the
And I kind of
background.
feel
She
like,
don't know that
and I
either.
kind of feel like it's like, I've been feeling like that something is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't just a short spurt for no reason. Like in the beginning, I used to say, this is not for me, this is for somebody else. This is not for me, this is for somebody else. And then somebody at the church told me the same thing. I said, I've been saying that. Like, this is not for me, this is for somebody else. And then it just went so fast, and I'm like, okay. And I literally forgot I was saying that until right now. But I would say, like, this isn't for me, this is for somebody else.
Throughout
And maybe
that
a whole
process,
bunch of, and maybe through a whole bunch of somebody else's.
it's possible.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. It's a whole lot. It's a whole new thing. It's a whole new thing, whole new way of living, whole new intimacy, whole new relationship, whole new everything, I even think that my family has grown since then, making sure if they weren't praying before, I bet you they was praying now. You know what I'm saying? Or if we wasn't showing love and affection, then we started showing it now, So it just was, some people just, we live and think that nothing can happen to you until it happens to you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, whoa, I am that possibility.
Facts.
Yeah, so.
Facts. Yeah. She don't like me, y'all. She wouldn't let me keep my Camaro. I ain't gonna, never mind, that's a different story.
That might have to be a whole nother LL video. Stay tuned.
See how happy she is?
No, because it's going to be a juicy conversation.
It ain't going to be no juicy nothing.
It's going to be a juicy conversation.
She wouldn't let me keep my Camaro. I don't care about none of it.
It's going to be a juicy conversation.
And I ain't even going to talk. How about that?
I'll do all the talking.
Well, you're going to do all the talking by yourself.
Okay. I bet you'll join in eventually.
I'm not going to be on the video.
It was a nice Camaro, too.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
Yeah.
The word was.
It's terrible.
It's gone.
I don't have no say so.
I love you.
The people at the dealership was like, man, where are you? Man, never mind. I ain't gonna say it. Anyway, but yeah, man, this is definitely been a blessing, man. I can't reiterate it.
Ain't that crazy? We call it having being diagnosed with cancer of breast.
Yes, that's wild. That's wild.
You wouldn't think that would be something to say.
Yeah.
But it has been.
Yep.
Because I fell in love with you more. The love that I thought I had, for you, it was like increased. Like I wanted to be, like if I could just pull you into me, like I wanted to be more with you, and every moment became more important. You know what I'm saying? You go about living about your day and stuff like that. But during a time when you think you're not going to have to be here, you was like, oh, it's more like, okay, Like I need to
Yeah,
love even.
intensifies it.
Yeah, I need to
And-
love it even harder. Like
Yeah.
on my kids, my husband. Like I was just like, okay, I need to pull all this stuff in as if in when I die, like I retain it or something.
Right. Yeah, and one of the biggest words that we continue to use out the whole process was being intentional or intentionality in everything that we did, you know. And I believe that shouldn't stop because
Oh
of,
no.
but yeah.
Yeah, even though you got on my nerves yesterday, I still love you.
I don't care, man. I did it on purpose.
You did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Did what on purpose?
Because you wouldn't let me keep it.
What did you do on purpose?
Got on your nerves.
You didn't get on my nerves.
You just said I got on your
I'm
nerves.
talking about after we took it back.
Yeah.
You was silent after that.
She confused, y'all.
You was
It's
silent.
the- it's-
You was mad at me after. Was you mad at me?
It's the 30-year medicine she about to be on.
Was you mad at me yesterday?
No.
It seemed as such.
Yeah, I just didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you.
I was like, ooh, he mad.
She even sicked her daddy on me, y'all. Dang. I was like, dang.
I did
Yes,
not.
she did. Yes, she did.
Okay. That'll be a whole nother video next week, possibly, on Learn, Love, and Reflect. If you have not subscribed to Learn, Love, and Reflect on YouTube, go ahead, hit the subscrib button,
Yeah,
hit the
'cause we
bell
got
so you can
some-
get notified when we be having these juicy conversations
Yeah,
between
'cause we
each other.
got-
Did y'all notice we got a new couch?
Oh Lord. We
a
got
new
some new stuff coming out. But please come and support it. We thank you for your support again. We thank you, man. My Northeast Vikings family showed out. Man, they were just a blessing, and just kind of connected to, connected with Jackie.
They did.
And-
I was just
and
like,
just-
who are these
just
people
them
reaching out to me
right.
saying they praying for
Just-
me?
just
I was like,
being-
babe, you know who this
yeah,
person is? He's like,
yeah.
yeah, that's so-and-so.
Yeah.
Like they would really just message me and like separately in a DM and be
Yeah.
like, just letting you know I'm praying for you, something like
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna follow you and I'm praying for you every day. And I was like,
Yeah.
these people are like people I don't know, complete strangers. And I'm like, oh, like little OB.
Yeah.
Like who am I?
Yeah.
So
It was a blessing, man, just to see that, man. I appreciate the love that they show, man, and to reach out to her and maybe even have some kind of connection now. You never know.
yeah, one of the ladies, what's her name?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, and then there was the other lady I showed you the other day in the car.
Was it Stephanie or
Oh,
Jamaica?
yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
her.
Jamaica.
Yeah. Like,
Jamaica.
like she was following me, and I was like, you know what? You be laughing at my content and stuff. We got to be friends. Friend request.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's been a journey. We are officially like out of the water, really. I'm literally just taking medicine, one little pill every day. And so I don't know what God's whole entire plan is, but I know I'm thankful and grateful that the 90 days is over and we move on from there.
Yep. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I would have did without this young lady. And it was a rough time, but I'm thankful to have her, even though she would let me keep my Camaro, and even though she been mean to me, she sucked her daddy on me, she been cussing out me. No, just playing. She mean, y'all, but I'm gonna let her have her moment right
I
now.
just love him a lot, and we gonna have a conversation about it on Learn, Love, and Reflect. So,
But with
Learn, Love, and
that,
Reflect people on this camera. Be prepared for the next video. We might talk about that Camaro. I think that'll be a good comeback.
I ain't talking about it. But anyway,
I'll talk about it.
Okay, you can
This
talk
dude
about it.
didn't even help me return it. He was like, "That's your.
You made the decision. You
go
returned it.
I didn't make the decision."
They was already talking about. We know who wear the balls, who got the balls in the family. Dang, dog. Anyway,
Who said that?
don't worry about who said it. They said it. Anyway, learn, love, and reflect. We out of here.
Bye.
Peace.
Love you, baby.
Love you too.
I told you. Why do you peg me?
Your daughter in here lying to these
No, I
folks.
ain't lying. You the one lying.